Why are you speaking such a complex philosophy? Krishna is a sweet person. He has some gopis. Happily, we will be listening about how his, Venu Geet, how his flute is beautiful, how his gopis are beautiful in the forest. Everything is beautiful. It's so soothing to my ears. But you are coming and telling, no, Achintya Bheda Veda Tattva. And you are telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also telling that without philosophy you will not get determination. But I am getting determined, Swamiji.
You have to change your consciousness from enjoying tendency to serving tendency.
What is harm if I enjoy? First of all, why should I serve God? I want to be served. Why should I serve?
Well, if we don't serve God and if we enjoy, then what happens is then we suffer.
But many people have a conception Bhakti is the easiest, simple. Har saas ke sath hamara Prabhu chalta rehta hai.
Yeah, people say
I've heard a lot of these dialogues from North India. What does it mean? Har saas ke sath Prabhu ka naam chalta rehta hai.
That's a dialogue.
That's a dialogue. There's no truth in that. Hi, welcome to KC Talks. In the series of podcasts on Bhagavad Gita that we are doing with Dr. Keshavananda Swami, today we are entering into the third part of the Bhagavad Gita. As he told, Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 parts. First 6, middle 6 and the last 6. So this is the first chapter of the third part of Bhagavad Gita. It is also called as Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. This is chapter 13 of Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Swamiji. So the third part of Bhagavad Gita and the first chapter in the third part. What is Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Vibhaga Yoga? All these words are very new and very complicated.
You see, these Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Vibhaga Yoga, this is complicated but it's easy. The idea is in the 12th chapter, or till from 7 to 12 we discussed about Krishna was explaining Bhakti Yoga, isn't it?
Yes.
But now from 13th chapter, Krishna is explaining the science behind Bhakti Yoga.
Okay.
That's what this last from 13 to 18 section is there. That's called last hexet of Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
So what is the science of Bhakti Yoga? That's what he's explaining.
So the third part is completely science or only the 13th chapter?
Entire third part is completely science of Bhakti Yoga.
What do you mean by science of Bhakti Yoga?
That is why this third part is called Jnana Yoga.
Jnana.
Yeah. So by science I mean that, okay, we are doing devotion, we are loving God, isn't it? We are serving Him. How that service to God purifies us? What's the mechanism?
For my understanding, let me understand. What is the first part called as, Swamiji?
What's that?
First part, like 3 parts. What?
First 6 chapters are called as Karma Yoga.
Karma Yoga.
Yeah.
And the second part is Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah.
And the third part is Jnana Yoga.
Jnana.
Out of it, so Jnana is basically how to practically apply Bhakti in our life. Can I say like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Done. Let's go into the 13th chapter.
So, how to apply Bhakti in our life, or better than that, let me just put this in real perspective. Jnana Yoga means by applying Bhakti Yoga, what is happening within us? Just like suppose if I say Bhakti Yoga means serve God, do what God is doing, love Him. So you might ask me, how does service to God purify us? What happens within us, within our consciousness, that loving Him purifies us? That's what is Jnana Yoga. That is Jnana Yoga. How Bhakti purifies us, that is Jnana Yoga.
In a simple term.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nature, enjoyer, consciousness, chapter 13.
What is it translated in Bhagavad Gita, in Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as?
The nature, the enjoyer and the consciousness.
Nature, the enjoyer and the consciousness.
Yeah. Kshetra Kshetrajna. That's the name, Sanskrit name.
Yeah, I can you please tell us the meaning of what Kshetra?
Yeah. Kshetra means the field. Kshetra.
Yeah.
In which Kshetra you are living, Kshetra field. The field where we are, Jivatma is acting. That is nature.
So the field here is material world.
Yeah, material world.
Hmm.
And Kshetrajna means who knows that field.
That's Lord.
No, that is both. We and Lord both.
Okay.
So we know the nature, material world in limited form. Lord knows in unlimited sense.
Okay.
So that is the Lord.
Hmm.
So, but we are enjoying. God is maintaining this word, but we are enjoying. That is why the next word is the enjoyer. And this enjoying tendency is there in our consciousness. That is why consciousness word is there. So the whole chapter's name is Nature, Enjoyer, Consciousness.
Nature, enjoyer, and the consciousness. Okay, got it.
Now, chapter 13, you see, it's interesting because chapter 13, Krishna is trying to tell us, okay, if you do devotion, if you love me, you have to change your consciousness.
Okay.
From enjoying tendency to serving tendency. That's the whole idea. I told you, no, that all these chapters are explaining us how bhakti purifies us.
Yes.
Now, it's very important because somebody can, people can sit in temples, they can sing bhajans, all these things. People do. Okay,
yes,
that's
yes.
nice, that's good. But if you don't understand this chapter, you will never advance properly. Because you will not know what's happening and what I am supposed to do within myself. So Krishna is saying, so if you want to serve me nicely, remove your enjoying tendency from your consciousness.
Okay.
That's the whole idea.
So what is harm if I enjoy?
What is the harm if you enjoy? Enjoying is entirely anti to serving God, no? You can't have light and darkness together, no?
First of all, why should I serve God?
That's
No, because you have told bhakti means serving God.
Yeah.
But if somebody asks, I want to be like, I want to be served, why should I serve?
Well, if we don't serve God and if we enjoy independently of God, then what happens is, then we suffer. That's a rule. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. It will come forward.
Oh, so enjoyer basically suffers.
Yeah, it will come. That is the beauty of these last 6 chapters. Your all questions. This is a scientific question, no? Why should I serve God? It will come in 14-15 chapter. If we enjoy, we will suffer. Actually, it is there in this chapter only. In the 13th chapter, it is there. Yeah. So Krishna is saying, if you enjoy, you suffer. If you serve me, you will have real happiness. Otherwise, every enjoyment in this material world, the road will end into suffering.
Okay, enjoyment in the material world, the road will end in as suffering.
Suffering, yeah. That's the whole point there.
Okay.
Here, 21st verse. कार्य कारणत कर्तृत्वे हेतु प्रकृति रुच्यते पुरुष सुख दुःखानां भोक्तृत्वे हेतु उच्यते. English is, nature is said to be the cause of all material cause and effect. Nature is the cause of cause and effect. Whatever scientific laws, cause and effect, isn't it? Whereas living entity is the cause of various sufferings in this world. Now, why suffering? Bhoktritva, because he's enjoying. Krishna says because he's enjoying, at the end he will suffer, and that's the whole problem. It seems that we will enjoy, and well, you see this, people enjoy, and they, in the end, if you regularly sleep on your soft bed, you will have cervical. People have, if you keep on eating sweets, you have diabetes. Everything ends in suffering.
If I drink, I'll have multiple problems.
Yeah.
Every enjoyment has suffering for sure.
Yeah, that is the rule that is the science which Krishna is telling. We have to recognize this fact. If we are blind, we can keep on going. That's another thing. There's a verse in Bhagavad Gita, I forget. Dukh ne vete. Yehi samsprija sukha, dukh ne vete. It is in the previous chapters. Krishna is saying, yehi samsprija sukha. Any happiness you get by touching this material world, dukh ne vete. It will lead to dukkha. And if you serve Krishna, it will lead to satisfaction.
So he's
and
doing a
happiness.
course correction here.
Yeah,
From an enjoyer, he's making us a servant. Basically.
that's the whole point. 13th chapter is that. That is
From an
13th.
enjoyer, he's making a servant.
Yeah. But he's saying, but no, that's the whole problem. He's not saying you don't enjoy.
Huh.
He's saying enjoy in my service.
Okay.
Don't enjoy separately.
So is there a enjoyment in his service?
Yeah, he says, Susukham Kartum Bhavyam, 9th chapter we discussed.
Hmm.
If there was no enjoyment in his service, then why so many devotees, so many saints would have passed their entire life in his service? How can one do that? It's impossible. And there's not only enjoyment in his service, there is satisfaction and peace also. Those two things are missing in mundane enjoyment.
Okay.
People enjoy, but they're not satisfied. You ask anybody, you're enjoying, they'll say yes. Are you satisfied? No, I want this. And are you peaceful? Come on, so much stress. But in service, when you serve God, the enjoyment in service also carries peace and satisfaction. That's Krishna says in Gita.
And enjoyment in the material world is, there are a lot of saturation points.
Yeah.
We need higher taste.
That's the whole point. No satisfaction. No? We get saturated, then next.
Yes.
Like that.
So technically, he wants us now to become his servants and not enjoy independently.
Yeah.
And once we become servants naturally or genuinely, then you will start getting real enjoyment of life. This is what the chapter is all about.
That's true.
So any takes from this chapter or any other things that I can understand?
Now, this is the essence. But here Krishna is saying, the knower, you should, we talked about nature, enjoy, consciousness. I told who knows this material, but there are two knowers. Krishna is saying, you should understand, I am also the knower of the bodies. And to understand in body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion.
To understand the body
and its knower.
And its knower
is called as knowledge.
Oh, that means we have to understand about our body also.
Yeah. We have to understand our body. We have to understand the knower of the body, which is our soul and God.
And that is knowledge.
That is knowledge. Yat jnanam matamama Kshetra Kshetrajna or jnanam. The chapter's name is Kshetra Kshetrajna. This is God jnana. Anything else is ajnana.
So in all our life we don't do this.
Yeah, we don't do this.
Regarding the body, doctor will understand.
Yeah.
And regarding the soul, that is all a myth.
So soul, it's a myth, or it's God's business.
It's God's business to understand. We have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So finally we are deprived of the real knowledge, but we have all the knowledge of the world.
Yeah. That's the whole point. And in 8th to 12th verse, now naturally question comes, somebody might think, it's so difficult. Body, soul, God, okay, let's do some bhajan, that's it,
Yeah, bhajan is peaceful.
Yeah. But Krishna says here, but that's important. Krishna says, if you don't do this, you're ajnani. You can't advance. You have to advance. So in 8th to 12th verse, he gives a process how to assimilate this knowledge.
Okay.
Now this is very important, because the process which he's giving here is what we say, enzymes. Enzymes, no?
Yes.
So enzymes act as a catalyst to increase a reaction, isn't it?
Yes.
So this what Krishna is giving, this 8 to 12, this process, this will catalyze our bhakti.
It will act as a catalyst.
Yeah, because we will understand, okay, this body, soul, God, and we will do bhakti nicely then.
What is it, Swami?
So
what
that is amanitva madam bhitvam amhimsa shanti rajam acharya pasnam shaucham sthairyam atma vinigraha. It's a big verse, but he says, Krishna is basically saying that develop these 19 qualities in you. Now, for example, humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, steadiness, like so and so and so and so and on, detachment, even-mindedness, between pleasant and unpleasant events, detachment from general mass of people. There's so many.
Detachment from general mass of people.
Yeah, the idea is that do whatever is required in the society. Don't be too much attached to the society.
He clearly said that that is one of the quality.
Yeah, detachment from the general mass of people. It's there.
But today we want to socialize, socializing has become a new,
Socializing, that's a fashion,
But if we don't socialize, we will be deprived of connects in this world and we can't do anything.
Krishna says, do the needful.
Mm-hmm.
See, we do the needful and we don't get attached to anybody in this material world. Socializing is just like a businessman socializes, but he's not attached to his clients, no? Like that, we have to be. That's the detachment to the masses.
Okay.
So, that's all. All these I declare, accepting importance of self-realization, philosophical search of absolute truth.
Philosophical search of
so
absolute
important.
truth is also mentioned as one of the 19 qualities.
Yeah. It is there. Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam.
Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam.
So this is also one quality we have to develop.
Hmm.
All these are declared to be knowledge. Besides this, whatever is there may be ignorance. So if we develop these qualities, then it will be very easy for us to understand what is soul, what is God, what is body, and it will be very easy to serve God. We are not this body, we are not this word, we are soul. Our connection is God. We should not enjoy this, we should serve God. That's the whole point.
Super.
So we get determined by this knowledge. That's why Krishna is speaking this 13th chapter. Jnana Yoga, you see?
Yeah.
Knowledge.
So after telling the 19 qualities, what next?
Then Krishna says, if you develop these 19 qualities, then you will be able to see me everywhere.
See him everywhere.
That is the result. You develop love for God, then you can see Krishna everywhere. Now, how do you see? Krishna says, 14th verse, very important. Sarvata pani padam tat sarvata akshishiro mukham sarvata shruti malloke sarvam avritte tishtati. He says, everywhere are my hands and legs, eyes, heads and face, ears everywhere. In this way, super soul exists, pervading everything. The idea is a devotee sees his control everywhere. That's the whole idea. It's not that we are seeing his form. Just like, many devotees, they artificially, they go. Actually, I remember one devotee was there, he passed away. He was roaming in the park. Yeah, what you are doing? He said, see, Krishna is there in these bushes. Krishna is there on the
So he's a crazy guy. Yeah?
He's a crazy guy. So we don't do like that's not the idea. That's not how we see God.
But he has schizophrenia?
I don't know. He might be
schizophrenia.
Yeah, schizophrenia. I don't know. He passed away. But that's not how we see God.
But he's there everywhere, technically, right?
Yeah, but we have to see him, not his form. We have to see conceptually, philosophically, which I was talking. His control is everywhere. His energies are everywhere. That's how we see him everywhere. That's the whole point there.
That's what is called super soul.
Yeah, that's why it's called super soul. It's a different way of seeing. It's not somebody might see that person. Oh, his face resembles Krishna. Wow, so nice. That's not the idea we are doing. Yeah. Okay, so we have to see through the eyes of knowledge. So that's so if you read this chapter, he's talking about all these things basically, and then he just finishes here in this chapter 28th and 29th verse. He speaks about samam pashyanti sarvatra. He speaks about equality in vision. Samadarshana. This theme is actually coming in Bhagavad Gita again and again. Samadarshana. Samadarshana doesn't mean that everybody is equal. That's a wrong philosophy. That's communism, no?
Yes.
That's a wrong philosophy. And anyway, it has crashed. Communism is never successful. But this is not what Krishna is talking. Samadarshana means to see everybody equally. That means to see everybody as part and parcel of God. So you might be fat, you might be thin, you might be American, Indian, but devotee doesn't see like that. Devotee sees everybody is a part and parcel of God. That's how he sees.
Okay.
Isn't it? So that is what a big concept he's bringing in 13th chapter. So we have to practice to see. This is called our philosophy of Chinte Veda Tattva. Oneness behind bheda, oneness behind unity, behind variety.
Unity behind variety.
That we have to practice and see.
Hmm.
So I am seeing you, I am seeing that person, I am seeing this, so many people, but I don't see that this is this person, this is that person. That is fine.
Hmm.
But what I am really focused on, I know this, but I am focused on he is soul and part and parcel of God. That person is also soul, part and parcel of God. I should help them to connect with God. That's the whole idea.
Right.
That's how it goes. And then the last verse, you see 35th verse, very important. Krishna says, those who see with the eyes of knowledge. I told you eyes of knowledge.
Yes,
Not
you
sentimental eyes.
did.
The difference between body and the knower of body. And can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in the material nature. Attain to the supreme goal. So philosophy is very important to understand.
This is where he's telling eyes of knowledge.
Yeah, because many devotees they say, "What? Why philosophy? So complex. Let's just chant and be happy."
Yeah.
But that's not how you can attain God. Otherwise, why would Krishna spend time to speak this chapter? Tell me.
Yes, he has spoken about philosophy in 2-3 verses also.
Yeah. So then,
You said one of the 19 qualities also is Tattva Darshana.
in previous chapters also he spoke about philosophy. He's again and again emphasizing on understanding philosophy.
So philosophy is the fundamental basis.
Yeah.
Only then you can strengthen your bhakti.
Yeah. That's what Mahaprabhu said. Siddhant boliya na chitte kara halas, iha lage Krishna sudhrina manas.
What does that mean?
That if you are lazy in understanding philosophy, then you will never become determined in devotion. That's the...
And then what happens if he's not determined in devotion?
And
He
he
will fall down. Eventually he will have to.
Yeah.
So can I say philosophy is a backbone of bhakti?
Philosophy is of course. Philosophy is a backbone of bhakti. You can say that.
But many people have a conception bhakti is the easiest, simple. हर सांस के साथ हमारा प्रभु चलता रहता है.
Yeah, people say
I've heard a lot of these dialogues from North India. What does it mean? हर सांस के साथ प्रभु का नाम चलता रहता है.
That's a dialogue.
That's a dialogue. There's no truth in that.
What's the truth? I mean, he is saying this and then next moment he's enjoying something.
प्रभु तो हमें हर जगह दिखते हैं. प्रभु तो खंड खंड में प्रभु हैं.
ठीक है. And the next moment he's in KFC or McDonald's. What he's doing there? So next moment he's seeing internet or something,
He's doing bhoga.
Yeah, so his actions are not in unison with his words. People have learned, North Indians have learned all this kind of gimmicks from movies and here and there. So and bhajans and kathakars. But that's not reality,
So what is bhajans and kathakar's role in this world?
Yeah, Krishna is criticizing them through this chapter. Krishna is saying they're all...
Why are you speaking such a complex philosophy? Krishna is a sweet person. He has some gopis. Happily, we will be listening about how his, Venugeet, how his flute is beautiful, how his gopis are beautiful in the forest. Everything is beautiful. Why can't we just relish this? Why this dry, mundane philosophy? Why are you bringing this philosophy again and again? Because we go to Katha and there will be like Rasa Leela, dance, there will be like how Krishna is enjoying with the gopis, how flute, and Kathas of he lifting Govardhan, he killing Asuras, he killing all of that. It's so soothing to my ears. But you are coming and telling, no, Achintya Bheda Veda Tattva. And you are telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also telling that without philosophy you will not get determination. But I am getting determined, Swamiji. Listening to the Kathas of Putna, listening to the Kathas of gopis, I'm getting determination in bhakti.
Yeah, you're getting determined, but the test will be when you will have sufferings. When you will have problems in life, at that time you will forget.
What will I forget?
You'll forget Krishna and you will be bewildered.
Okay.
And you will take help or refuge in money, in relatives, in this material world.
I'll take refuge in money, relatives and well-wishers.
Or you will leave devotion and go to somebody else.
How can you say that? I might take refuge in Lord because I was so attached to his leelas, his kathas.
Krishna is saying nobody can be determined without understanding philosophy. You see, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, I'll give an example. A compounder is there.
Okay. Compounder is what? Doctor compounder. Nowadays, there is no compounder. Philosophy is not there. Male nurse.
So, but many compounders, They are with the doctor for 15 years and then they open their own clinic.
But they open their own clinic also.
Yeah, many in North it's like that. They go to some village and they open their own clinic.
But they are not allowed to
A
practice.
village, no license is required, no. They open their clinic and they got 15 years, they have seen, what's happening.
Okay.
And they dispense medicines.
Okay.
And people get treated also.
Okay.
Because he knows fever is this medicine, diabetes this medicine, he gives and things go on.
Okay.
But if there's a complex case,
Hmm.
then he'll not be able to handle it.
Hmm.
For that, a trained doctor is required
Hmm.
who understands the philosophy behind medicine and the treatment.
Hmm.
Only then he can handle complicated cases.
Hmm.
Just like just the day before yesterday, there was one Ayurvedic doctor here. You were taking interview.
Yeah, yeah.
So you were asking, okay, what is your system? She started speaking philosophy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you were telling, why in healing you are bringing self-realization and this. You were like bewildered. Why this?
Yes, yes.
So she told, no, this without understanding this, you cannot heal the patient.
Philosophy is very important to heal a patient.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she told, no?
Yes, she
I
told
was
yes.
there. So then you ask why it is, because she told you, well, you'll not be able to understand the cause of disease.
Hmm.
You can give some medicine to alleviate the symptoms,
Hmm.
but you will never uproot the disease from the cause.
Hmm.
That philosophy will help you to see.
Okay.
So that's the point. People, you can see kathas and this and you can enjoy and you can be attached.
Now, what is that enjoyment when I go to a Bhagavad Sapta full, or when I go to, Sham Ka Bhajan?
That's the enjoyment when you go to movies.
So it's Manoranjan only.
Yeah, it's Manoranjan.
You see an Amitabh Bachchan movie and you hear a Bhagavad Katha that
Same.
evening.
Same.
How you made such a big statement, Swamiji?
It's like that.
How can
This
you
is not
compare
my
a
statement, this is-
Bollywood movie to a Katha,
This is
Bhagavad
all-
Katha?
Because everything is happening on level of mind
Okay.
and not on level of soul. You see in this Bhagavad Gita, so many people go and they start weeping.
Yeah, they cry.
Even just newcomers, they, oh my God, they cry, isn't it?
Definitely.
So
their emotion doesn't have a value?
the emotion has a value as same as when they see movies and cry and then they come and cry here. Same thing.
So they are all bhavuks, huh,
Yeah,
according
it's
to you?
all mental platform.
Okay. Sentimental.
Sentimental, yeah. But Krishna is trying to bring us on the platform of soul.
Then how do we understand what is the work that is, whether it is doing at the platform of soul, whether it is weeping at the platform of soul, or whether it is weeping at the platform of...
That's why Krishna told these 19 qualities. If you don't see these 19 qualities in any person, that means he's on mental platform.
Then technically everybody is in mental platform.
Yeah, 99.9% people are on mental platform.
Then whom do I associate with?
Well, you have to associate with people who are on platform of soul, who have these. How do you know that he's on platform of soul? You see these qualities within him: humility, pridelessness, all these. Then you can understand he's working on platform of soul.
And philosophy works at the platform of soul?
Yeah. That's what philosophy is all about. That's what philosophy is, distinguishing between material world, the soul, and God. So philosophy is helping you to think on the platform of soul, not on the platform of mind. That's what is happening. But you see that example, didn't you understand? I mean to say, doctor can handle complicated cases, no? Because he knows the philosophy.
He knows the science of medicine.
He knows the science of medicine, no? 5 years what he has done. Compounder what, he didn't take that training. So he can't handle complex cases, no? So similarly, these people who hear Katha, they are like compounders. Something they know about God, Krishna, but...
Then why did Katha become famous in India? Why is this Bhagavata Saptaha?
Profession.
Like any other profession, it is a profession according to you.
Yeah. It's a profession. It's nothing more than a profession. That's
Bhagavad Sapta is a profession, you are telling Swamiji so openly?
Yeah, that's how it goes. I mean, it's not me. I mean, all Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas, they were very, very critical about Bhagavad Kathas.
But Sukadeva Goswami also did Bhagavad Katha for 7 days, no?
No, that was different. That was... He because they had only 7 days. Parikshit was about to die. They don't have, nobody's going to die.
It wasn't decided that we'll complete in 7 days.
No.
It was predestined that he only has 7
Yeah,
days. So
then-
he completed it in
He
7 days.
completed in 7 days. Otherwise, he would
That's
have
what we
continued.
picked up and we are making Bhagavad Sapta, is it?
Yeah.
Actually, Bhagavad Sapta doesn't have a logic, is it?
Doesn't have any logic. There is a concept of Bhagavad Sapta and Bhagavad Mahatma,
Huh?
and says that you conduct a Bhagavatam Katha.
Huh.
But 7 days is not there.
7 days is not there.
No, it's not there. It's not there. Some people say they in some verses they mention 7 days,
Huh?
but it's not just to finish Bhagavatam like that with music and entertainment.
Yeah, music and...
That's not the point. It's not finished. Take one section and explain it.
Hmm.
That's all.
Hmm.
But nowhere this system of Bhagavad Sapta and finishing whole Bhagavatam with some entertainment, that's nowhere.
In between songs and nice melodramatic music.
Yeah.
This all are happening at a level of mental platform.
This is all mental, this is all professional.
There should be some purification it should be doing, no?
some purification. To say you can keep on drinking that in the morning people drink this neem juice and eat grass.
Karela juice.
Karela juice, and some purification should be happening because Karela juice, neem juice in the morning, or they don't know what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening inside the body, no? Similarly, these things are there. Some purification because God's name, God's katha, but actually nothing is happening.
How can you say nothing is happening? Definitely by looking at a Bollywood movie, if somebody sits at Bhagavad Sapta, something better is happening.
We have never seen anybody who attends such kind of Bhagavad Saptas and changing their life. You have seen anybody changing their life?
No, I personally haven't seen, but there should be some transformation in some people.
No, same life continues. Am I right? So
this Bhagavad Sapta is a trash then?
Yeah, it's a trash. It's a waste of time, waste of money.
And the organizer will not get any punya out of it?
Organizer will go to hell. Yeah, that's what is said in scriptures.
Why would organizer has done it with good intention? Why should he go to hell?
Because person who is speaking such Bhagavad Katha, person who is organizing, both have participated in deluding people.
What is delusion in that?
Deluding.
That's what is that delusion I'm asking you?
The delusion is that they have confused people. Because of them, people don't have faith in true saints. You see, when true saint will do all katha, he will not do music and entertainment. He will speak truth. And people will say, oh, that's not interesting. This is interesting. This is real. We'll go here. So, they have done a disservice to God.
Very heavy, theories that you have told.
It's all in scriptures. It's not my speculation. It's all in Bhagavatam. It's all in Padma Puran.
Leave up Bhagavata. What about the songs? Devotional songs?
No, devotional. What devotional songs? They are devotional song is a song by which God is pleased. If by the song people are pleased, that's not devotional song. That's a public song. They are singing public songs. They are not singing devotional song. The letters might appear devotional, but the spirit is not devotional.
So the songs are also trash then?
Songs are.
With all the music you keep chanting?
Basically, it's a poison.
It's a poison?
Yeah.
How is it a poison?
And that's what Padma Puran scripture says. Yatha payo, sarpatishta payo. Just like a snake, milk is nectar, but if a snake touches the milk, it will become poison. Similarly, katha is nectar, but if it's touched by the mouths of professional, it becomes poison.
So songs also technically?
Yeah.
All these albums and Hare Krishna,
everything.
These Radhe Radhe albums
Everything
and
becomes,
holy songs of Braj.
Everything becomes poison.
It's all poisonous.
Yeah. Because it is not inculcating the mood of service. It is inculcating the mood of enjoyment. That is the name of this chapter.
Entertainment actually. Yeah, we become enjoyer of that music.
Yeah.
Actually, the songs are supposed to be sung for the pleasure of the Lord.
And by singing those, our attitude to serve Him should increase. But rather than we are enjoying it.
Thanks a lot for this information, Swamiji. I got to know a few new things.
Yeah.
So, philosophy is that we should stop enjoyment. And the real philosophy is that if you are enjoying independently, you will suffer. But if you take service in Lord, then you will start experiencing real enjoyment.
Yeah, that's true.
And how do we do that? We have to take help of philosophy to understand the body and the knower of the body and act accordingly.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you so much for this explanation, but it was a very heavy lecture.
Yeah, it was. You're right. It's heavy for an ordinary person, but we are on the 13th chapter.
Yeah.
We've covered so many chapters. I think by now people who are hearing this, they should be really able to appreciate what we were talking, because we have developed a theme by now.
Yes.
And I think it was not just scriptural, it was logical enough, no?
Yes, it was logical, definitely logical.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Swami. You helped us understand the importance of philosophy in bhakti. Thank you so much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.